Your bite-sized daily roundup of the biggest news from the world of film. This is the Daily Reel with Van Connor.
Good morning, it's Friday and it's the 30th of July. Payday to a lot of us and birthday to the woman behind Phoebe Buffay, Lisa Kudrow, the legendary Lawrence Fishburne, director Christopher Nolan, and the action movie titan, the Austrian oak, the Governator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's 74 today. Turning 35 today, meanwhile, is the beloved millennial sci-fi adventure Flight of the Navigator, while it was today back in 2004 that saw the release of the trilogy-launching Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle and M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. But fresh and brand spanking new today here in 2021 is all of this. Just one day after the CEO of IMAX blamed the Walt Disney Company for Black Widow's underperformance at the box office, it appears the movie's star agrees, with news that Scarlett Johansson is officially suing the House of Mouse for breach of contract. The issue arises over the fact that Disney chose to release the movie on premium video on demand, specifically via Disney Plus's premium access model, and at the same time as its traditional theatrical release. Johansson's lawsuit claims that in prioritizing growing the viewership of Disney Plus, the company failed in its commitments to her. As her lawyers explained, the actress's compensation for her ninth and final appearance as superstar Natasha Romanoff was intended to, quote, largely be based on box office receipts. In other words, Johansson would only get paid to her fullest if the movie crossed certain thresholds at the box office, something that it's now exceedingly unlikely to do. The lawsuit also directly accuses the company's upper management of deliberate self-enrichment, stating, Disney's financial disclosures make clear that the very Disney executives who orchestrated this strategy will personally benefit from their and Disney's misconduct. The accusation highlights that those at the upper levels receive bonuses themselves due to the company's stock performance, which is currently tied to the streamer's subscriber base. Or, as Johansson's lawsuit puts it, the message to and from Disney's top management was clear. Increase Disney Plus subscribers, never mind your contractual promises, and you will be rewarded. In a statement to Variety, Disney responded, there is no merit whatsoever to this filing. The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Johansson's legal team have yet to respond, but this is probably one of those that's going to drag on for a while. Meanwhile, Black Widow is in cinemas now, rated 12A. Alternatively, 20 quid on Disney+.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Natasha, don't slouch.
I'm not slouching.
Yes, you are. You're going to.
I don't slouch.
You're going to get the back hunch.
Listen to your mother.
Oh my god, this. All right, enough.
Sticking with the world of superheroes, J.K. Simmons is in talks to reprise his role as Commissioner Gordon in the forthcoming Batgirl movie. The Oscar-winning Whiplash star has technically portrayed the character twice already, in both cuts of Zack Snyder's much-maligned take on the Justice League. If the deal lands, though, he'll be starring opposite recently cast lead and In the Heights star Leslie Grace as his crime-fighting vigilante daughter, Barbara. Bad Boys for Life helmers Adil El Arbi and Bilal Farlow will direct from a script by Birds of Prey's Christina Hodson, with Batgirl aiming for a 2022 release exclusively on HBO Max.
So then, there must be a nest nearby.
I plotted all the sightings of Metropolis, Gotham. No pattern I can see. The lines on the map don't converge.
On land. These lead back to Braxton Island, between the two cities.
Gotham Harbor.
Disney's Haunted Mansion has found its guests, with comedian Tiffany Haddish and the Oscar-nominated Lakeith Stanfield signing on to join the theme park spooktacular. Based on the popular Disney Parks attraction of the same name, the Haunted Mansion will follow an unfortunate family that moves into the long-abandoned abode. Stanfield's set to portray a widowed New Orleans tour guide, whilst Haddish is on board as a psychic hired to commune with the dead. Dear White People's Justin Simien will be directing, with shooting set to begin in Louisiana this autumn. No release date's been set, though another of Disney's park features, Jungle Cruise, arrives in cinemas and on Disney Plus Premier Access today.
Look, I get it. You're upset. I shouldn't be throwing things in a place of work.
Why are you making air quotes? This is a place of work.
Lesson learned. How you so understanding?
And finally, upcoming fantasy feature Man and Witch has added a bevy of British talent to its cast list. Ab Fab and Shrek's 2 Jennifer Saunders, National Treasure Eddie Izzard, Black Box's Bill Bailey, and Game of Thrones Podrick himself, Daniel Portman, have all joined the feature as shooting wraps up in both LA and Scotland. Man and Witch will follow a lonely goat herd, unlucky in love but kind to animals, who goes on a quest to find someone to call his own. Saunders, Izzard and Bailey will voice a goose, sheep and donkey respectively, and join the already cast Sean Astin as a dog. Crucially though, none of the talking animals will be computer animated. They'll all be brought to life through the magic of Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Screenwriter Greg Steinbrenner is set to play the goat herd himself, opposite a human cast that also includes Back to the Future's Christopher Lloyd, The Neverending Story's Tammy Stronach, and comedian Reginald D. Hunter. Man and Witch is directed by Rob Margolis and is eyeing up a release for Christmas this year.
Harold, you force me to do something I really don't want to do.
Where are we?
Well, hi there. Welcome to Friar's Fat Boy. May I take your order?
My diet is ruined.
James Gunn's hotly anticipated The Suicide Squad opens in UK cinemas today, with other new releases including The Most Beautiful Boy in the World, the animated sequel Spirit Untamed, The Offering, Edgar Wright's musical documentary The Sparks Brothers, and the Dwayne Johnson-led Disney adventure Jungle Cruise, which is also available to stream on Disney Plus Premier Access. Coming to Disney Plus's general streaming library today, meanwhile, are the Harlem Culture Festival doc Summer of Soul, and the Charlie Sheen spoof antics of Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. Elsewhere, Ben Sharrock's Picadero is new for Mubi subscribers, and Netflix are adding their French action comedy, The Last Mercenary. Alternatively, if you're looking for a movie on Freeview tonight, choices include the comedy sequel Daddy's Home 2 on E4, Hummingbird and Battle Los Angeles on 5-Star, Da Vinci Code sequel Inferno on 5 USA, Here Comes the Boom, The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear and The Hatton Garden Job on Great Movies, GoldenEye on ITV4, the British crime drama Looted on BBC 2, the 2010 remake of the Karate Kid reboot called The Girl in the Spider's Web and Why Don't You Just Die on Film 4, Pay the Ghost and Rogue are on the Horror Channel, and on ITV you'll find Die Hard with a Vengeance. While the Sky Cinema and Now premiere for today is the acclaimed Whodunit with 2 sequels currently underway. It's Knives Out. That makes up your daily reel for Friday, July the 30th. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to leave us a rating or review wherever you listen to the show. Keep it cinematic and we'll see you on Monday.
The Daily Reel is a Candystore production, presented by Van Connor and written by Calvin Prickett. All information is correct at the time of writing, and source links are in the description for each episode. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe on all good podcast platforms, or ask Alexa to install the Daily Reel skill for your morning flash briefing. Follow the show on social at Daily Reel Pod, and we'll be back every weekday. Until then, keep it cinematic.